What up, peeps? Y'all give me a minute. Let me make sure I'm connected. Let me make sure everything is working properly. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll dive right into this thing. We'll dive right into this thing. Why is that showing a PS5 screen, gang? What the hell? So let's see. It looks like everything is running fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Let me double check the Facebook and see if, like I said, everything is working properly. That's all I want to make sure before I dive into today's podcast, man. Looks like we are up and running. Fine by me. Let's do this, shall we? So, I'm live in a couple of places, in a couple of mediums. So, if I don't see a comment, just give me a minute to get to it. I'm gonna try to keep up with all the comments. I got a couple of things to touch on today, man. I got we gonna touch them. Let's touch them. You feel me? So let me move this to my main screen so that I can see where I am. Thank you. Welcome back to another episode of 57 cents, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta I got a couple of things to touch on today, man. So we gonna chop it up. And y'all just chill out and let me get this shit off my chest. Cause y'all know how I do, man. You know, when it's on me, when it's on my heart, man, I gotta come drop some change on y'all. I gotta let it out. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna let it out. Let me drop my live links real quick. I know a couple of people said that I've been failing to inform them when I am upon the interwebs. So let me drop my live links real quick. And again, I got a couple things to touch on today, but I'm not gonna keep y'all for too long. You know, I try to I try to limit how long I keep y'all upon the internet so y'all ain't getting drained out. You know what I mean? But let me drop my live link real quick. I got it copied. So we can put this in here real quick. Drop the live link and get one in here for the peeps. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll go. Let me run this up real quick. There we go. All right, my live links are out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Cause like I said, I got a few topics that I want to touch on today. And I'm gonna try not to hold y'all for too long like I normally do. Cause y'all know how I get once I get going. Well, I'm going. So let me get up my second screen, switch this, and I'm gonna pull up the book real quick. Let me pull up the book real quick. Make sure I'm logged in. Make sure everything is running fine. As long as I can see myself, that I know I'm running. I know I'm running fine. So let me put this screen on mute so I don't have any feedback in my microphone. There we go. Put that on mute. So it looks like I'm running good and fine. So I'm gonna start out today's episode with a couple of shout outs. Number one, shout out to Scottie Pippen. Uh, I don't know if y'all noticed it or if y'all seen it. I have not gotten back to it yet. But Scottie Pippen is in the running to be the Chicago Bulls new head coach, which I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? That's 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 full circle. That's manifestation. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Scottie Pippen, and then also shout out to J.R. Smith, because J.R. Smith is also interviewing for a head coach position for the Phoenix Suns, and I hope they both get on. You know what I mean? Scottie Pippen, boy, just putting Scottie Pippen in that position in the possibility to make that happen. That's fire. I'm here for that. So shout out to Scotty. Shout out to J.R. Smith. I got a few things I want to touch on today. Most of it's going to be gaming and movies for today. So I'm gonna keep it light and simple. We're gonna start off with the BS like we always do. GTA 6 has been pushed back again. So really no surprise there. I'm not even gonna dive into that because ain't no surprise. I do want to say that I saw Marvel announce that there is a Ghost Rider game in the making or in the works, and I'm here for it. I don't think the Ghost Rider has been given nearly enough attention. You know what I mean? He's one of the most powerful people in the Marvel universe, and they just slide my flaming head boy to the side. You feel me? I don't think they should do him like that. I think the Ghost Rider should have a little more attention. You know what I mean? A little more attention. And while we on the subject of Marvel, like I don't know if y'all follow the comics like I did, but how long are we gonna see Bucky on screen without his cat? Like Marvel, y'all just not gonna give Bucky his cat. You know what I'm saying? You follow him in the comments. Bucky has a cat that he makes sure is very well taken care of. Bucky don't play about his cat. So yeah, Marvel, stop playing, man. Y'all giving us all these weird characters and not giving us the shit that matters. You mean? Give Bucky his cat, man. Give Bucky his cat, man. So let me double back to a few of my topics for today. So there are a few spoiler alerts here. Let me be clear. There may be spoiler alerts. If you have not seen Sinners, or if you have not seen Final Destination Bloodlines, you should turn away from this podcast now. Spoiler alerts. This is it. You are getting 10 seconds to remove yourself from this podcast. Spoiler alerts. If you have not seen Sinners, if you have not seen Final Destination Bloodlines, you should run away from this podcast now. Here we go. So I'm going to start with Sinners. And as much as I wanted to have a whole menagerie of problems with this movie, I don't. Pleasantly, surprisingly, I don't. I had a few little nuances that bothered me. Michael B. Jordan's Southern accent was one of them. Nah. And I get it. It's a period tale. You know what I'm saying? It's shot and supposed to represent a certain time. So maybe his Southern accent was supposed to reflect Southern accents of that time. But that accent was blowing me, bro. Like every time he had lines on screen, I was like, stop talking. But I will say this. I respect Ryan Coogler's vision of vampirism. Like I like what he did, especially bringing the Irish into it. Cause old boy was out there river dancing like a motherfucker. When bro started river dancing, I was legit in the theater lit. You hear me? Lit. Cause when bro started river dancing, he was out there flicking them kicks, bro. Cause out there straight river dancing. So I do appreciate and respect Ryan Coogler's vision of vampirism. Now, some of these characters in Sinners, they were wild, bro. Some of these characters. Yes, this is just a podcast. What you mean? Why? Kiss my ass. Listen, some of these characters are wild, bro. Like, so there's one character named Preacher Boy, and his name says who he is and why. He's the son of a pastor. He's a bit of a fucking idiot. And he gets himself into some bull because he don't listen, as usual. And then you got Cornbread. Cornbread's a pretty big fella. You know what I'm saying? And the twins that are played by Michael B. Jordan, they enlist Cornbread to work security at the juke joint that they opening up. And Cornbread was apprehensive about it at first. He didn't want to do it. He wasn't fucking with it. But his wife, because the twin was like, hey, you can make a lot of money tonight, man. I just need you tonight. Cornbread was like, nah, I got corn to pick, twin. You know my wife out here. I got corn. His wife was like, hold on. How much money can he make, twin? Going out that big fella. And his wife sent him on out there, bro. And I gotta tell you, man, I don't know how she felt at the end of this movie because Cornbread didn't come home. Poor big old Cornbread didn't even make it back. No, don't. If you still sitting here and you haven't seen Sinners, I warned you that this is going to be full of spoilers. I gave you a spoiler alert. Don't be mad at me. I warned you. So, Cornbread don't make it back home. The how do I say the dynamic between the on-screen twins was pretty good. I give Michael B. Jordan kudos for being able to pull that off. Relatively good for me. And I'm not a huge fan of Michael B. Jordan. I think he sells himself short with some of the roles that he takes on. I don't think they fully show what he's capable of doing as an actor. So I kind of just clear. I kind of really don't fuck with him because I feel like he's selling himself short. I think he can do. I've seen some of his earlier roles where you see what kind of acting he's capable of, and now I feel like he's just taking shit for the fame and the money. So, no hate, no shade. It's just not my deal. You know what I mean? But Sinners was a very, very good movie. Sinners was a very good movie for a vampire movie, which did fortunately fall in the horror genre. It was good. It was good for me. Ryan Coogler has a very interesting view on vampirism. So I would give 10. I would give 10 if it wasn't for my little problems with the movie, some of the dialogue, the accents, whatever my problems were, I would give 10. But I will happily give Sinners a 9.2 out of 10. I'll give Sinners a 9.2 out of 10 for me. And I'm a horror movie fan. I like horror, sci-fi movies, and general comic book superhero shit. So 9.2 out of 10 is really high for me, especially for a vampire movie with an all-black cast. Very high for me. So if you have not seen Sinners, you should. You should definitely support that movie. Very good movie. Now, real quick, let me move on to Final Destination Bloodlines, because Final Destination Bloodlines, boy, shit hell. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being is about as crazy as a Final Destination movie could get. Bloodlines is solidly sitting somewhere square between 13 and 14. Sitting solid, boy. Solid, somewhere between 13 and 14. The death scenes in this one were very, very elaborate and not shy at all on the grotesquerie. That shit's all in your face. Literally. Some of those deaths are literally all in your face, bro. Like, Bloodlines was really good. I will tell you, there is something or someone in Bloodlines that does tie this movie to the rest of the Final Destination quote unquote movie continuum. It did not leave space, or it did not leave an open area for another movie, not one that's directly connected. But then too, these Final Destination movies usually don't, because apparently Death just, he ain't as clever as he think he is. There's always somebody on Earth that sees his plan and stops it, and now it's all fucked up. He got to go back and try to catch all of them. It's always somebody. So Death clearly ain't as clever as he think he is. Well, not in the Final Destination universe anyway. So it does. With that being said, there is the option of them making another one, which this one seems to be doing fairly well. So I can see that there will be another one at some point. It's a inevitable. Inevitable is the word I was looking for. It's inevitable. There will be another one. This one, the two main characters do not survive. They don't. There are a couple of characters in this movie that surprisingly survived, and I'm still I'm still a little thrown by it because I'm still trying to figure out how some of them motherfuckers how some of them survived, bro. Some of them some of them shouldn't have made it out of there alive. Not even a little bit. Dodged a lot of bullets and a whole menagerie of other shit. Dodge stuff. But I will tell you, to the creators of Final Destination, that one scene that y'all put in the trailer that had me all excited about this movie, and then that shit didn't happen in the movie. Y'all can kiss my ass. I said what I said. Because I was looking forward to that death, and that death didn't even happen. Y'all put that in there just to lure me in, bro, and it worked. It worked. You lured me in. I fell for it. Shit hell. But, in the end, he still dies. So I'm not really mad. He still died. He still got up out of there in a horrible way. Horrible. Like, this movie unlocks a lot of new fears. Okay? Be warned. If you decide to partake in the visuals that are Final Destination Bloodlines, go in there mentally prepared to be a little fucked up when you come out. Okay. All right. Just go in there. Just know. Okay. Go in there with the full mental preparation of a little mental damage, some scarring when you come out. Now, you think that log truck messed you up a little bit? Wait till you see Bloodlines. Just wait till you see Bloodlines, twin. You gonna Bloodlines unlocks some new fears, boy. Definitely unlocks some new fears. But again, as part of the franchise, it's one of the more modern and one of the better ones. There is one death. There is one death in here, boy. This old guy and an elevator. It's just fuck. Oh man, that was a bad one. And then there's the blonde chick in the trash truck that wasn't supposed. Listen, I'm like, this movie. It builds fears in you that you just never had, because now you watching out for shit that you used to do normally all the time, or at least frequently. And now, after watching this movie, that shit's a no. We're not even doing that. Oh no. We're not doing that. Watch out for that. Don't step over. Watch that. Move. Don't. This is life after Final Destination. You got to watch out for everything now, bro. That movie unlocks a lot of previously unknown fears. Okay. Just go into it knowing when you come out of it, you might have some mental issues. You know what I'm saying? Emotional damage. That movie should come with an probable emotional damage warning. It should. So now that I got my two no, it's not two. It's not two movie reviews. What's the name of this other movie we watched? We watched another movie here. Actually a couple of them. So we watched this new movie that came out on Apple TV about the Fountain of Youth. Can't quite call the name of it right now, but it's a very modern stylized version. It looks like National Treasure and Mission Impossible had a baby, and it would be that movie. That would be it. That's what it gives. Mission Impossible and National Treasure had a baby. It'll be. Let me look and see. Where's my phone? Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you what the name of this movie is. It just recently came out on Apple TV, and we just checked it out because we were about to eat dinner, and I was fishing for shit on the TV. The name of this movie, let's see here. Fire up the old Apple TV game. The name of this movie is do, 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 do. What's the name of the damn movie? It is aptly named Fountain of Youth. Fountain of Youth on Apple TV. So check out Fountain of Youth. If you like action movies, if you like movies that they're treasure hunters and old history shit, then check out the Fountain of Youth. Fountain of Youth is good. It plays into a lot of Egyptian mythology and then some other stuff. And on while we're on the subject of Apple TV, if you have not started watching Murderbot, what are you doing with yourself? Because let me tell you, Murderbot is hilariously good. Hilariously good. We love this show. I I love that robot in all of his murderous, foul mouth TV watching ways. All of them. I do believe that that is Alexander Skarsgård that plays the Murderbot. Those Skarsgård, that whole family, they're good actors. Bill's the one that plays Pennywise now. Uh, he also did The Crow, did a remake to The Crow, which was actually really good. A lot of people shit on that movie, but it was good. I really enjoyed it as a part of the Crow franchise, and it was good to be back into that world. Just as a viewer, to see that world back on screen. Apple TV been putting out a lot of wins lately, like Severance. Severance, like if you haven't seen Severance, you are depriving yourself of TV glory. You hear me? TV glory. Check out Severance. If you have not seen Severance, also make sure you check out Severance on Apple TV. That show, once you that Pringles gang, Pringles. Once you pop Severance, you can't stop Severance, bro. And if you're one of those people like me who like to power through a good show, just let it run. Don't start Murderbot yet because it's only on episode 4, and you're gonna be pissed because you're gonna get to episode 4 and there's no more. It comes out every Friday on Apple TV. One episode every Friday, which genuinely sucks ass. It genuinely sucks. So check out Murderbot though. I love Murderbot. Murderbot's one of our favorites. It's one of our hits right now. Like we all up in Murderbot. So I do have a little gaming news to get back to. Since I don't know if y'all are familiar with my gaming streams, but my streams, I do run my streams. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you're familiar with my streams, you're familiar with my channel. But I do have some gaming news that I do need to get to, because there's a lot of copious amounts of BS coming up, and then there's a lot of really good stuff coming up. So I'm gonna start with Destiny 2 and Destiny 2's new expansion that's on its way out. I do believe it's called the Renegades expansion, and from what I've seen of this Renegade expansion, Destiny 2 and Bungie, or whatever's left of Bungie, we'll circle back to that, are adding a whole lot of Star Wars elements into the Destiny game. And if you're a gamer, like I am, part-time, full-time, whatever it may be, recreational gamer, I don't care. If you're a Star Wars fan and you know just how fucking awesome this is going to be. Listen, man, lightsabers and blasters in Destiny 2, sign me up, twin. Come on. Hit me with the sign up. The Renegades expansion, if I'm remembering correctly, I think the pre-order is already available and it's probably $99 if I had to take a guess at it right off the top. It's probably $99.99. But the sheer amount of excitement that I'm containing right now because of this expansion is crazy. Because adding Star Wars elements into Destiny it was awesome by itself. They did drop a few armor sets and a couple of vehicles here and there over the last couple months to kind of drip dry or to kind of drip feed the Star Wars universe into the Destiny universe, and it's working. It's working because I got all of them, twin. It's working. It is working, especially for fans of both franchises like me to mesh this together. And the Destiny already has a whole menagerie of just awesome weapons to play and to utilize in the game. But adding in weapons from the Star Wars universe just it's a double win for me. It is. It's a double win. Now, and I need them to stick with it. I really need Bungie to not mess this up, man. The amount of awesome that they're possibly wielding with adding this together, I hope they're able to handle it and they don't mess this up. I really do. Because it with Bungie, we know Bungie has the potential to drop the ball way more often than not. And it sucks, but it is what it is because it's Bungie. And we know they're going through a lot over there with their devs or what's left of their devs and what's left of their company after Sony's takeover. It's been going through a lot. So it is what it is. We're gonna stick with hopefully they just don't tear this up. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they don't tear this up. Since I'm talking about video games, I'm gonna jump back over to Assassin's Creed Shadows. So there is the possibility of some form of PvP or co-op coming to Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, with an Assassin's Creed game like this one that is centered around feudal Japan, but also has two protagonists, I'm kind of curious to see how Ubisoft is going to pull this off. Like having a co-op mode or a PvP in a Samurai Assassins game or Samurai and Shinobi Assassins game. We'll see. We'll see. To be honest, I'm usually not a huge fan of PvP modes in story-driven games. I never played the PvP mode in The Last of Us or The Last of Us 2. Had no intention to. Just I've never been a PvP kind of player. And then Call of Duty Online really ruined a lot of online play for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the gameplay and it's not the game, it's the fucking people that play Call of Duty Online. The people. It's just it ruined, online PvP play for me. So I usually don't, but I never play one when it's a story-driven game that's great the way it is, the way it was presented to be. I don't think it needs PvP co-ops are good. I like games. I'm gonna tell you, Ubisoft did it correctly with the Ghost Recon line, Ghost Recon Wildlands, and Ghost Recon Breakpoint after Breakpoint was fixed because initial launch was trash. That game was horrible. But the game wasn't horrible. The system, the UI, and just general balance. There was so much wrong when they first launched that game. They rushed it, got it out, and it was all jacked up. But upon fixing it, the co-op in Ubisoft games are usually really, really good because they allow you and a friend or a couple friends to actually play through the campaign or the whole story together, which that I'm here for. I'm here for co-op. I'll play co-op all day. And me, Dom, or Nate and Rick, I'll play co-op all day. But I just can't see PvP for Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I could be wrong. Ubisoft could, they could pull a rabbit out of the hat. They known for, like I said, just making something happen, bro. But I would hope more so towards a co-op versus a PvP. Personally, I think that storyline with two protagonists, with 2-star protagonists, would be great. It'd be awesome to play co-op. One plays with one, the other one plays with Naoe, one plays with Yasuke, or vice versa. and you go through the story on co-op. Now, I think that would be dope. Double dope. Bricks are dope. Bricks are dope. You know what I mean? I think that'd be fire. Um, so that I really like I said, I hope they don't I hope they don't drop the ball on that. I hope they don't, not by just rushing it, because Ubisoft has also announced like the next 9 Assassin's Creed titles. Like they've announced titles all the way up to 2036. And these are across multiple platforms. They're PC, they're PlayStation, Xbox, and then there's one PlayStation exclusive, and then they're also going back to mobile, making mobile games again, mobile Assassin's Creed. So there's like 9 titles on the board right now that are across multiple platforms. So I really just hope Ubisoft ain't just rushing shit out, because we're at the point now with Assassin's Creed Shadows that if you're still playing it, you're only going back every Thursday to do the reset content and pick up your points. And then like today, they dropped a random set of missions today. You know what I'm saying? Uh for a lack of a better term, drip feeding us just to keep us on the game. You can go check out my video. I posted a video earlier on YouTube of the new content that came out today for Assassin's Creed. So if you haven't seen it or if you haven't played it, you can go check it out there on my channel. If you're not watching this on YouTube, I'm at IQ in his games on YouTube or IQ Gaming, either one. You can go check it out on YouTube, the new content that dropped today. But it has been eventful for that game. Very eventful. Like it came out, started out strong, and it took 107 hours just to finish the main storyline. And that main storyline consists of Yasuke and Naoe's backstory combining for the main story. That's not including the side missions and the extra circles in your objective screen. So it gives you, a fairly good amount of gameplay, story driven gameplay. But past that, like you can jump in there and go to the little hideouts and do the bounties or the contracts. That's what they're called. You can do the contracts and you still get loot drops out of that. And then if there's still stuff that you haven't located or finished, like the temples or those stupid ass horse archery trials that I still ain't finished because they just fucking suck. And I didn't use a bow in this game because I don't like bows. I didn't use the tempo in that game either because I didn't like the gun, and I don't like the usage of them in that game. So I just didn't use them except for the stupid horse archery trials that you have to use them because you have to use a fucking bow. So it's at the point now to where you just go in there every Thursday and do the reset content, get your points, and then go play whatever else you playing. So, but that's Assassin's Creed Shadows right now. And they haven't really dropped much new content into the stores for them either. I do believe that they dropped one or maybe two new costume sets with a mount or something in the store. I didn't take a look at it. I'll go back and take a look at it to be sure, but they definitely dropped a couple things in there. Um and that was the other movie I forgot to tell y'all. It's called I Hostage. It's on Netflix. Check out I Hostage on Netflix also. I Hostage was a really good movie. It's on Netflix. It's based on true events about a hostage situation at an Apple store in Amsterdam. Kudos to the guy who locked himself in the closet. You know what I'm saying? If you watch the movie, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Shout out to that guy for being an unknown hero, an unsung hero. His character didn't get enough love, you know what I mean? But shout out to that guy for doing what he did in that movie. Check out I Hostage. That was the other movie I was trying to tell you about that I completely forgot the name of. Completely forgot the name. Brain just blocked it all out, gang. Uh shit. While we're talking about movies, Avengers has also been pushed back. I think y'all should know that too. The writers and the producers are stating that they may need a little more time so that they can accurately portray the massive vision that they want for the next three Avengers movies, which is going to be completely insane with the amount of characters that they're adding and the amount of characters that keep popping up in extra stuff like Daredevil and the Punisher. With the Punisher coming back, um there is a separate offshoot Punisher movie that's also in development, and they hired dun 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 Randy Orton. Randy Orton to portray Frank Castle in this new Punisher movie. So that ought to be interesting. Uh Somebody in the Marvel universe is gonna get a RKO out of nowhere. It's gonna happen. There's no way you're gonna put Randy Orton in a motherfucking movie and somebody ain't gonna get an RKO. I called it. Remember, you heard it here first. The Punisher is gonna drop somebody on their head. Listen, but I do think Randy Orton is a good play. He's a good play for casting for Frank Castle. He's a pretty big guy. He definitely has the angry look upon his face to pull off the Punisher. So I think this would be a good. I think this would be a good thing for him. Get him into this whole acting space. I think that'll be a good thing for him. And I'm still trying to get caught up on Daredevil Born Again, but it has definitely been greenlit by Marvel for a third season. So it must be doing pretty good. It must be doing really, really good. Daredevil is good. I had to go back and watch it because I didn't realize that it had made it as far as it did. I think I stopped after the first season. Didn't know it made it 3 seasons. So I had to go back and get caught up before I started Born Again. And then I went into the Punisher and the Defenders and finished those. The Punisher I did finish when it was on TV because it was just that good. John Bernthal got Frank Castle right. John Bernthal is my favorite Punisher at the moment. We'll see how Randy Orton does, but right now, John Bernthal owns Frank Castle. He got that role right, boy. I'm running with that. I did miss a few. I did not watch Hawkeye. And I might go back and watch it now because I know it plays into what's coming up. I definitely did not watch that raggedy ass She-Hulk. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Like I was like this close to like, you know what, maybe I'll give it a try. But then I saw her big green ass twerking with Megan Thee Stallion, and I was like, nope, fuck that. I'm good. Hard pass. Passed on it. Still ain't seen it. Don't plan on watching it. If I miss anything out of She-Hulk, somebody tell me because you can't pay me to watch that bullshit. And then she got greenlit for a second season. And I really hope they take this second season in a different direction. I don't think the comedy was wait, I don't I don't think the comedy role or the comedy way was the way to go for She-Hulk's show. Copy that, Chris. I don't think it was. And that just blew me, bro. I couldn't even watch it. I did watch the fight between her and Daredevil on YouTube, but other than that, I'm not, and I don't plan on watching She-Hulk. So if I miss anything out of She-Hulk, oh well, I miss it. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on the initial reviews from Ironheart. Ironheart looks good. Riri Williams is one of my favorite characters in Marvel. A lot of people don't know. Excuse me. A lot of people don't know that Riri Williams, even in her young age, is literally the smartest person in the Marvel universe. She is smarter than Tony Stark. She is smarter than Reed Richards. She is smarter than Bruce Banner. She is smarter than Doctor Doom. Riri Williams is literally the smartest person in the Marvel universe. And they just dropped her in there. Now, I do hate the fact that they decided to play her off as a little ratchet and irresponsible. That's not who she is. That's not who she was in the comics. But it worked for the movies, and that's what they went for, which is fine. But Riri Williams ain't never been ratchet, twin. I'm just gonna go and put that out there. I said what I said. And then too, y'all better not put no fair-skinned people in the role of Storm again. I said what I said, and I'm going to continue to say it. Halle Berry don't look nothing like Storm. Halle Berry ain't even fully black. Ain't one of her parents white. Kiss my ass. Listen, don't man. Listen, there are plenty of beautiful dark-skinned women, dark-skinned actresses that could pull off the role of Aurora Monroe. But y'all keep picking these fair-skinned women and stick them in there, and that shit just blows me, bro. That's why I stopped fucking with the X-Men. That was the main reason I stopped fucking with the X-Men, because y'all keep putting these fair-skinned people in the role of an African weather goddess. She is from Central Africa. She is very dark skinned, beautifully dark skinned. Halle Berry, bro. Man, listen, kiss my ass, dog. Stop it with the fair skinned people. Get somebody who fits this character's look and put them in the role, man. Fucking fair skinned people. All right, I'm done with that. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna go down that hole. I'm gonna stop right there. But I will tell you this: what I am excited about is Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman are back together to film a Hellboy sequel. Do you smell what Hellboy is cooking, boy? Come on, Ron Perlman. Like those other two, no shade to David Harbour. David Harbour is a great actor. He's one of my favorite actors, but he ain't Hellboy. Like nobody will be able to pull Hellboy off like Ron Perlman did. Period. Point blank. That other dude, the younger one, the younger version, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna watch that one, to tell you the truth. I ain't seen it yet. What is it? Hellboy and the Crooked Man? Haven't seen that one yet. That one was supposed to be straight horror, and it's supposed to be dark and scary and blah blah blah. And all right, man, I hear that, but he ain't Ron Perlman. Del Toro and Ron Perlman did the first two, and I'm gonna tell you, Hellboy is one of the very few movies, one of the very few, that the very first one was a 10 out of 10, and the second one was better. Listen. Hellboy pulled it off. Hellboy and the Golden Army was awesome. 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 Arguably one of the best sequels ever created. Hellboy by itself was crazy work. 10 out of 10. Sequel was better. So to put them back together for another one, come on with it. Push the button, bro. Push the button. Hey, listen. Did y'all see that video of Chris Tucker surprising Jackie Chan on stage yesterday? Jackie Chan was doing an interview somewhere. And shout out to Jackie Chan, because that motherfucker like 68, 69 years old or some shit. And he looked like he just over 40 something. He looked good, bro. He's still in there. But Chris Tucker surprised him on stage. And they definitely confirmed, which I'm curious to see how this is gonna work, because they definitely confirmed that there is a fourth Rush Hour in the works now. They did not say if the script was complete, but they did say the movie is in works. They did say that they both will be returning. Now, this is going to be, it's going to be good and bad, I think. But it's good because it'll be good to see, Lee and Carter back on film, even though they're both old as shit now. My only thing is like I said, Jackie Chan is almost 70 years old, which, I mean, it don't really matter. If you see him work out, it don't look good. He's still training like he 40. But Chris Tucker ain't acted in 15 years. Chris Tucker he walked away from acting to pursue whatever the fuck he went for. But he ain't acting in 15 years. And I do feel like this is a character, this is a role that if you're gonna come out of hiatus after 15 years, this is a role to do it for. Because he's not even considering doing another Friday, because he got he don't smoke, he don't mess with the trees anymore, and he has very very liberal views on the trees now. So I'm pretty sure you will probably, if it'll be a miracle if you ever see him in that role of Smokey again. Let's just put it that way. But Lee and Carter are definitely coming back to screen. There is one that I saw also yesterday. Don't know how I feel about this one. Tom Cruise and Michael B. Jordan are rebooting Lethal Weapon. Tom Cruise and Michael B. Jordan. I don't know if you are familiar with the Lethal Weapon franchise like I am. I've seen all of them. And Murtaugh and Riggs are two of my favorite characters, two of my favorite movie roles. But um I don't know if it depends on what kind of tone they take these movies for, but the good action comedy buddy cop system, I don't see Michael B. Jordan and Tom Cruise just, you know what I'm saying? I don't see Tom Cruise as Riggs anyway, because Riggs was nuts. That man was batshit crazy. I'm pretty sure he was suicidal through all of them movies, and you could tell by the way he acted. Riggs was fucking nuts. So I just don't see. I don't know. I don't see Tom. And I damn sure like Murtaugh has always been this the straight and narrow by the books detective, and just he's always got his old suits on, and he carries that old wheel gun. And all them movies he carried that damn revolver, and that drove me nuts. But he's an old cop. Yeah, you can't keep you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So he carried that wheel gun. I just can't see Michael B. Jordan in one of them old suits with that corduroy blazer on, running around Los Angeles with that wheel gun. I can't. I can't see it. And they might be it might be a new modernized version or retelling of the stories, but I don't know, bro. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. Michael B. Jordan and Tom Cruise in Lethal Weapon. Don't know about this one. Now, Tom Cruise is known for being able to pull off some crazy stunts. Like he does all his stunts in his Mission Impossible movies, which is crazy. If you watch the behind the scenes of those movies, the shit this man puts himself through for those movies, that's probably why this last one is is the last one. This franchise is over. Because this man has been injured so many times filming those movies, broken ankles, broken arms, fractured ribs. He has busted himself up pretty bad making these movies because he does his own stunts and he's still doing it. So shout out to him because I'm gonna watch it. I love the Mission Impossible series. That whole team, his whole team, Ethan Hunt, his team, him and his whole team are crazy. But Ethan Hunt is also one of those characters. You'll never forget that character. That character will live on even when the franchise dies. And uh I can see them having spinoffs of that franchise, just like John Wick is doing now with the ballerina. The ballerina is a spinoff. She's a spinoff character from the John Wick universe. And even John Wick makes an appearance in the ballerina's movie. So I can see them doing that probably with Mission Impossible. And then, Ethan Hunt will probably make a little cameo here and there, or probably be a supporting member instead of being the starring role in that movie, but we'll see how it goes. It is what it is, especially when it comes to Tom Cruise and his Mission Impossible franchise, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think that motherfucking franchise is probably like 30 years old now, bro. I think I think the Mission Impossible franchise is maybe it's got to be at least 28, 29 years old. Like he's been making these Mission Impossible movies for a long time, bro. It's got to be it's got to be at least like 30 years old. Don't quote me on that, but I'm telling you, it's got to be right around up in there somewhere. It's old as hell. He been making these movies for a long time, guy. A very long time. But ain't nobody mad because ain't neither he ain't had one that flopped yet. Not a single one. Like those Mission Impossible movies, they hit every time, guy. They hit because they be dope. Especially watching his old ass do crazy shit like hang on to the side of an airplane and actually hang on to the side of an airplane. That man crazy. Y'all thought he was crazy when he joined that Scientology shit, but you should see the behind the scenes of these Mission Impossible movies. That would have told you he was off right there. But y'all go ahead, man. Y'all make sure Y'all make sure y'all being safe in these streets. This country is becoming a wild place, dog. This country is becoming a wild place, man. You see this current president has lowered the age of dependents. So in the United States, the minimum age for a dependent, no, the maximum age, excuse me, the maximum age for a dependent is 18 years old, or at least it used to be. But as of right now, the maximum age for a dependent is 7 years old. They lowered the dependent age from 18 to 7 years old, bro. Yo, that's a major jump, bro. That's a major jump. And some major bush. 7 years old, bro. From 18 to 7. They lowered the dependent age to 7 years old, bro. So y'all, those of you who out there who have dependents and you are getting support for those dependents, you might want to check your paperwork, twin, because a lot of shit finna change. A lot of shit finna change. 7 lowered from 18 to 7 years old, bro. And that's going to affect a lot of people in this country. That's going to affect a lot of people in this country. Like, that shit it's literally a goddamn joke, Chris. You're right. Literally a joke, bro. 7 years old, man. Come on, dog. 7 years old is crazy. So, just like I said, just make sure if you have dependents, if you are getting support for those dependents, make sure you keep your eyes on your paperwork, because your paperwork is about to change. All of those dependents that are over the age of 7 years old are no longer legal dependents in the United States. So you might want to take a look at your paperwork, twin. Because if you was getting stamps like me right now, if I was getting stamps right now and I had all 3 of my kids on there as dependents, I would be fucked, because I don't have anybody under 7 years old. So all of them coming off my paperwork. So you might have, where you was getting 550, 600, because you got 3 dependents on there. Now you ain't got no dependents. And then you're getting like $83 a month, because they consider you an able body with no dependents. That's the shit that's going on in this country right now, boy. That's the shit. That's what's going on right now, man. Like it like, somebody need to do something with that dude, man. He signed an order saying that only the president of the United States can declare what is law in the United States. Did y'all see that? He signed an executive order that gives him final say so on what is law in this country. Yeah. You go ahead and let that marinate for a minute. Go ahead. Gave himself full control over what can be called law in this country. Hey, man. We still got 3.5 more years of his bullshit. We still got 3.5 more years of that man in office, dog. And then they trying to put him back in office after that, man. Yeah. That big fella gonna have to get out there and get on the clock to him. Because this dude is systematically ruining this country, man. Just doing wild shit. I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole, because once I start talking about him, this we gonna drag this out for another 2 hours, just so I can scratch the surface of what I want to say about this month. And then I'm probably get my podcast canceled again. So I'm gonna try to avoid him as much as possible, bro. So I don't get taken off the internet again. Because boy, I can't even begin to explain how much dumb shit, dumb shit. Listen, systematically ruining this country. You hear me? Ruining this country. But it's all good because all of them people who are pissed and crying about it, and all of those people who voted for him and then got deported, I ain't got no sympathy for you, twin. I ain't got no sympathy for you, man. Like I sat here the other day and I watched these TikTok videos. There's a whole line of TikTok videos from people who voted for him and were deported, or people who voted for him that were federal employees who are now unemployed. I have zero sympathy for any of y'all. I watched those videos with a hearty motherfucking giggle. My face was hurting after I got done watching them videos. It was. I don't care. I ain't got no sympathy for you. You voted for him. He told you what was going to happen. You still voted for him. And you thought because you voted for him, because you put that red hat on all on the internet, that you were safe. I ain't got no sympathy for none of y'all, twin. Hey, man, go go to TikTok and search "I regret my vote," and you can thank me later, twin. You can thank me later. The sheer amount of people on social media who regret their vote is astounding. It's astounding and equally fucking hilarious. I have no sympathy for any of them. None whatsoever. You made that bid, bitch. You lay in it. You voted for him, and he deported your ass, and he deported half your family, and you voted for him, and he took your job from the federal government, closed your whole building. Actually, he didn't even do it. He sent this Nazi homeboy in there in a group full of people, in a group that don't exist, that's not employed by the federal government, that's not employed by the United States. He sent them in there and took your job. Close your department, close your building down, but you voted for him. I have no sympathy for any of them. None whatsoever. Because this country is in the state it is right now because of your vote. You go ahead and marinate on that, twin. From whatever country you in now, because he deported your ass. You go ahead and marinate on that. I ain't got no sympathy for him. None. These videos are crazy. These people are crying, boohooing, crying, bawling, eyes bawling, eyeballs sweating like a muff. They are all on the internet. And you voted for him. So, good luck in Mexico or in Argentina or wherever he shipped your ass to. Hope you make a better vote next time, twin. Because I ain't got no sympathy for him. None. All these people, all these federal employees that lost their jobs. Now, the people who actively tried to contend with his presidency by not voting for him, then I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. They outvoted you and put him in there, and then he screwed all y'all. But as I stated before, you voted for him, he deported you. You voted for him, he took your job. And now you're on the internet crying. I ain't got no sympathy. Good luck with that. I wish you all the best, but shit, hell. Good luck with that. And on that note, I'm going to end this episode here at an hour. Just to finish off this episode, today is the 27th day of the 5th month in the year of 2025. And I would like to give a hefty happy birthday shout out to my bro net coach. Happy birthday, bro net. I wish you many more. Long live bro net, coaching the game. Shout out to everybody who tuned in the comment section. I appreciate y'all kicking it with me on whatever platform you're watching on. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Twitch. We are live on YouTube. And we looks like, nope, that feed is dropped. So whatever platform you're here, I appreciate you tuning in. I am your boy IQ. This has been 57 Cents, the podcast. I have dropped my change on you for the day, and I'm going to bow away. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on where you are watching or listening from. You can find this podcast wherever you find your podcasts, be it Spotify, Riverside.com, Apple, you name it. You can find 57 Cents 2.0 wherever you find your podcasts. Make sure you drop in and holler at your boy. Give me a listen. You never know. You might learn something. You might get a giggle, or you know what I'm saying? You might find a reason to say, fuck off. Good night, bitches.